this is Don Kryptonium, the voice of wisdom, and today we're going to talk about Don Kryptonium largest convictions in Cosmos ecosystem. I know you don't want tutorials. I know you don't want the technical knowledge. I know you don't want the interview. You want to know, Don, but what's in your bags? Make sure you like this video, love this video, share this video to provide more love to the Don Kryptonium, and I'm going to give you 5 coins that I have the certain feeling, okay, 5 coins, and I will tell you why. So we are going to start with Kujira, okay, and this could be my largest conviction that I have here, and there's few reasons for that. There is community, there is products they build, there is the founders. There is 3 elements that complete it all, okay? So when it comes to community, I think there was a lot of talks about this. They have the strongest community in Cosmos and nothing gets even close. You know, you can verify that. Tweet that you use the Kuji, okay? And you will see the engagement. And that engagement shows you how many retail users is within that. But what is the reason that there's so many of retail users? Why they like it so much? I think it's because of the founders. I met one founder in person. I met the other founder online, and I have good feeling about that. And as I spoke with many people, with many wise people that I personally trust, they said, yeah, they are good guys like that. They are that loving, you know. So when I spoke to the founder, I felt coming from his heart, you know, like everyone talks about this and that's not sustainable. You know, those inflationary tokenomics, they are actually going to wreck communities. So we don't want to build that. We want to build more sustainable models that drive the real yield revenues. And this is what Kujira stands for. You could say, hey, this is big market cap. It's 500 million. And I do agree, this is large market cap. I'm starting with the project that have the largest market cap. You know, but I also look at Injective, that's at over 3 billion. And I'm thinking like, hey, Kujira, like I think it has stronger community, to be honest. It doesn't have the VC money, but I don't think it's wise to bet against the Kujira. Look at how sleek you can see the ecosystem, you know. You can see native applications. So you have order book, you have AMM, you have lending borrowing, you know, pilot, not something for me. Blue, which is where you navigate everything without the Kujira. And it's still before the perps launched, you know, so you can look at other projects that launching are $500 million valuation, the same as Kujira, and Kujira is complete ecosystem, you know. And I think the perps will be big surprise. It might be one of the best experience in Cosmos when it comes to perps. You know, we can also see at the ecosystem, which is non-native, Manta, a big player, one of my favorite, Unstake Finance, that actually come from the core of Kujira. And how it works, you will be able to use any of your assets as long as they integrate. So imagine ST Atom, imagine Milk Tia. I hope at some point in the future we see that. Imagine AMP Kuji, you come to Unstake and you get your capital back at the best rate, and not just the native asset instead of liquid stake asset, but any other asset that you want, you know. So that's the big interest of mine, you know. Wing, which is I believe focused on marketing and so on. So this is my biggest conviction right here. Second thing I need to mention again, Astroport. I'm also personally big believer of Astroport. And if you would ask me a few months ago, I would say, hey, I think that's dangerous, you know. And Astroport went like 10x since the absolute bottom. It didn't have much volumes, but they were quietly building. This is the Terra OGs with Delphi Labs being at the forefront of development. And recently everything changed, you know. Look at that volume. In 24 hours, around $15 million volume. And this is not just one network. So I keep repeating: Astroport, main DEX on Neutron, main DEX on Terra, main on Injective, and main on Say. I think that the Say and Injective should pay more attention and should build liquidity, because it seems Astroport is large injective to the ecosystems. In the last 24 hours, Injective $27 million volume on Astroport. Say $10 million, Neutron $5 million, and Terra $4 million. The reason why Neutron and Terra, despite having like actually more liquidity of the legit assets, it's because we have some meme coin season on Injective and Say printing those large numbers. But it shows you something. It shows you that Astroport is gonna get revenues from multiple platforms, and I think this is one of the most interesting plays in the cosmos. Next one, Neutron. Okay, on Neutron, into Neutron, I'm personally invested. Okay, but what was my logic behind Neutron? So it trends at around $1, above $1. The liquid supply is would make market cap of 150 million. Investors are locked, and the builders are still locked. So the dilution is going to happen. The fully diluted is $1 billion market cap, but there is few things that is very bullish of Neutron. People who build Neutron come from P2P. The P2P is behind Lido. And Lido surely make the Ethereum, especially STETH, Neutron home for STETH. Sorry, like it seems I'm having some issues. So I believe Neutron will be home for Ethereum in Cosmos. Okay, that's the logic that I'm building here. It will have the deepest liquidity, and because of that, it will be the best place to use collateral of the safer assets. Using Ethereum as collateral. And this is why I expect a lot of lending, borrowing happening within the Neutron network. We will have Apollo, we will have Nolus, and so on. Perhaps we'll have perps at some point. So Neutron, general purpose chain, and I think it's going to be really large. So this is my conviction for Neutron over here. And like all of this, what I'm saying is biased, and you need to know this. I'm not going to talk about shit I don't hold, but there is reason why I hold something, okay? So yeah, like, do you want to bet against Lido? Do you want to bet against P2P? Good luck. Number 4, which is the main sponsor of this channel, which tells you, hey, I could be biased, okay? But it's not about the token itself here, okay? Do you see that number? Owners of Bad Kids. I think the major play of Stargaze will be its NFTs. I spoke to many people, many Cosmos OGs, people from outside of the ecosystem, and they're like, hey, this is actually my biggest conviction of Cosmos. So let's say NFTs, Stargaze NFTs, okay, but why? Okay, I'll tell you why. So 500 extra holders, a lot of large accounts from Ethereum and so on. They actually hold the Bad Kit. We could say this is the punks of Cosmos. Okay, and why this is big conviction that I have, airdrops. Don't underestimate the airdrops happening to the certain NFTs. And in this case, at the forefront is of course Bad Kits, which got large allocation of Namada airdrop. And you need to know there's only 4,000 holders. So this is quite a limited supply. And why they do the airdrop to the Bad Kits? Because how many builders hold them? So if you do the airdrop, hey, we want to airdrop this to the active people within the ecosystem. So holding some of the Stargaze NFTs might bring you additional revenues in form of the airdrops. You know? So this is my conviction. I like a lot of other NFTs. You know that I'm giving them shout out. This is not about this. This is about logic. This is about the conviction. At the very end, let me give you a little bit of a sleeper here. but not sleeper in shipping, not sleeper in growing TVL, not sleeper in growing number of users. And of course, I'm talking about Nolus protocol. And just look at this beautiful user experience. It's simple, and there will be more. So we know Nolus is coming to Neutron. So Nolus is gonna have home on Neutron, and as I said, as we're gonna have these larger assets, the leasing against the assets, the borrowing against the assets will be more profitable. So you can supply your USDC and you can earn the additional yield. And look at that, that's at over 20% right now in the stablecoin, 10% being real yield. So this is not something degen, but this is the safe play. And of course you can lease in asset, you can leverage your positions, and you can borrow more against the asset that you have. Of course you cannot move your assets then from the Nolus to ensure efficiency and to ensure smooth liquidations, but this is let's say the safer way of leveraging your positions than perpetuals. And as I said, this was a little bit sleeper that we could say, I don't want to make it about the price action, because a lot of people will get a price action. One thing to truly remember, it's things not gonna go to the moon if the market is going to shit itself. But Nolus bottom at 3 cents, and it's now at 7 cents, 12 million market cap, fully diluted 67, which is also safely managed. They do a buybacks, they do a burn. So I'm seeing Nolus as the important player within the Cosmos ecosystem. And of course, Neutron ecosystem, where soon it's coming, and I'm expecting there will be some good action. So this is the 5 coins for today, December 20, 2023. Of course, the interest, sometimes I spot something new. So those things change. Don't think this is the conviction and nothing is gonna change for a year ahead. This is not me. I can be wrong. This is what I picked for today that I feel are interesting plays that I have in my head right now. Stay safe. Remember, when you trade the shitcoins, make sure there is some liquidity, okay? Make sure when you trade on Astroport some of the shitcoins, make sure it's liquid. But also remember, scam coins pump the hardest. Don Kryptoniums out. Till the next time.